Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Grasshopper. Welcome back, Hagai 2020. Namaste. How are you, bud? I'm not sure how many more we need in the Queen's Gambit Accepted department, but I guess we'll find out. He has been studying. I guess we're about to find out. Is this true? I think I just need to castle. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It's like a very strange version of... Maybe I should have played that before he castled. But, c'est la vie. At least we've battened down the hatches on the whole, for the most part, to a certain extent, to a great extent. Interesting. Interesting. Well, it got even more interesting. So let's see, how many weaknesses do we have? We have at least one weakness. He has the permanent weakness of the E6 square. Looks like we might be getting more out of this deal. Can we afford to do more? We're trying our best to isolate this pawn, get these pawns moving. I should have probably pushed. Should I have probably pushed? Interesting. Oh, I see. I am in a little bit of troubles. booby. And we seem to have made it all work out. Thankfully, he has a pawn on the board, and there's no double rook sacrifice available for the... here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check.
Pegasus SWE
said,
Oh,
Good
fine.
evening from Sweden. Can you join, or is it just for your students?
Absolutely. What is that? Of course you can join. No. Oh, this is a very late time in the day. That is true. But everyone is always welcome to join when it's open, by the way. Everyone is always welcome to join. In fact, the students learn best from players with more experience. We've actually discussed this among the teachers when we choose to put it in this one. There is a separate Lions for just students that we do. Good morning, Ron. How are you, buddy? Everyone is welcome. What are you talking about? Namaste. So what is the story here without getting into it? Where is my Nightbot? Nightbot should have given you, sir, or Cloudbot should have given you a shout out. What is up with that? Where is my Cloudbot? Refresh. Making sure I'm signed in. Paragraph protection. Overly lengthy messages. Emote. Zaglo. Chat box. Back to dashboard. Cloudbot. Let's try this again. Ah, yes, the modules. Ron should have gotten his shout out. What's going on here? Dudovich. Wait just a moment. There's no Ron command in Cloudbot? That's very strange. Alright, we're back. No, we were talking about branching out, and I think I was forced to do exactly that because I would not be streaming if it was for the students, interestingly enough. I accidentally played Knight F6. When I meant to answer D4 with D5. Can I go in this manner? Let's check it out. Well, that's interesting. Well, now. That is very interesting. I had not considered that possibility, sir. I had not. Is D5 better? I think D5 is better. Ah, therein lies the tale. I see. So we've gotten him almost where we want him, but where do we really want him? Let us find out if that's really where we want him. We sacrificed the exchange for a reason. We did get a couple of pawns out of the deal. So he's got that check. I don't really want him to have any more. So therefore we have to just keep up as many of the threats as humanly possible. He's trying for more. It seems that he is trying for more. I missed my chance. Darn it. I missed my chance. Interesting. So here a check, there a check. That is a bummer. I am completely overworked, aren't I? Or am I? Knight check, bishop check. I might be losing material on this note. But I have to get out of this mess somehow. The best I can. This is a lot of stuff. That much is true. Considering what I was facing, I'm still alive. Oh no. Maybe I'm not still alive. Darn it. I'm no longer still alive. C'est la vie. I am no longer still alive. Good work, Sir Alireza. We're going to look a little bit more closely at this defense. A very aborted... I think sacking the exchange was too much. I don't know what I was thinking. Doc Holliday. C6 wasn't needed after Queen C2, I realize. How interesting. It is interesting that C6 was not needed. H6 and bishop E6, I believe, are also in contradiction for some reason. So therefore, Lasker's uncertainty principle here. We do have to throw that one in just for good measure. Just for good measure. Can I do this? Or do I want to bring his queen closer? I think that given the circumstances, I need to castle on this side of the board. So after f3, bishop takes, pawn takes. Let's see where he plans on going. Oh, I see. He has that as well. Let's do it. Let's protect our bishop. Doc Holliday, very enterprising, very astute, very demanding. Oh, do I want to play it that way? Or do I need to play it that way? I feel like this is the right way to go. And now, do we play f4 right away? I don't think we can. We have to overwork him in some way, shape, or form. Perhaps offer him a little bit of a morsel, a tidbit, an opportunity to overwork himself. Fair enough. Continuing on the same vein. Same vein as overworkedness. So he's protected now. I don't think he really wants to trade queens, but since he does, the more the merrier. And where is he headed from here? I'm very afraid as to what he plans on doing with that one. Yeah, that one could actually leave a mark. Oh, I could have gotten a pawn mate out of the deal with rook f6. Very unfortunate that I didn't get the pawn mate. Very sad. So where are we in this particular venture? Bishop h4, bishop d3, knight on b to d7, knight on g to e2, knight to g4, knight f4. $183 other players. All right, fair enough. Let's see where we are a little bit later in this mess. Welcome, one and all. I can't believe that I got as much as I did out of that particular opening. At all. At all. At all. Let's check our status here. Late. Wow, a 45 stream watch streak. Ron Hay. Beast mode. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's see how we're actually doing as far as viewers go. We claim to have 4 viewers. Let us see what we have in actuality. Maybe we have those on YouTube. I don't know. On Kick. Simulcasting on Kick. YouTube, etc. And on socials. I'm not sure if I have the socials command available in the Alright, Ali Reza, I get white this time. I don't know what my score with
Sub to our YouTube channel, please, with the official Master Chess Dojo name. Follow for updates and impromptu instructional stream info. Insta.
I'm minus
Twitter,
3
Chessable.
against him.
Use Chessable and join the Dojo Discord.
Chess. I feel like C5 is the right move here. So we're going to have to find out. We're going to eliminate both of his center pawns in one go. Hopefully take advantage of all of the weak dark squares. Whoa. This seems unusual. So if I were to take and he captures back, because he can't possibly capture me, can he? This is the most interesting possibility so far. Just going to keep up the pressure as needed. Somehow I thought he may try to go for that. So we have to actually consider all of these possibilities. He's threatening to take, I'm threatening to take. How many more possibilities are there? We no longer have a rook lift. All right. That might be just what we were asking for. Here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check. First things first. Now I want the rook to be able to come up if needed. If needed, the rook needs to be able to come up. Not a huge fan, unfortunately, of this turn of events involving my knight versus his bad bishop. Material is equal. Material is equal. Here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check. Aha! And now unfortunately, just to make sure that we get him, we have to get that revenge in. Unable to finish another one in today's stream. We'll check to see if Ron Hay is catching up. He is catching up. He's playing Dorelcore. Let's check out Ron in the last game of the arena. There was something else that I planned on doing. So I recently discovered the move Knight F3, preventing Black's E5, basically. Ron is in a little bit of trouble here against Drelkor. The good news is, there is more where that came from. So now he gets to attack the bishop again, or does he trade? I might have attacked the bishop again, but he can give the check up with queen takes b6 check. Then it becomes a little difficult for him. But right now, the light squared bishop is looking very, very sus. He has managed to exchange it off, or does he? Because the pawn is still isolated. I would leave it. No, I would leave it. Queen takes. Knight takes. We're down a pawn because of that, unfortunately. There was the possibility of playing something else. But what was that something else? So Ron has most of the things covered after bishop e6 except for the knight. That was definitely me playing that move. I would not have played that move because it was me. First you have to play rook on f to d8. Our queen is about to be checkmated. What can we do to prevent our queen from being checkmated? Yeesh. Now this is a fairly reasonable try. We're going to put our bishop on the long diagonal. Now we have a check and queen takes b2. No, we have to go after the weaknesses. We can't let more trades happen. We still have a check and queen takes b2. Except now he has rook f2, unfortunately. Or the other rook gets into the game. So black has more activity. No, sir, I would play the other move first, perhaps, to avoid any simplifications. Queen e2 is a must. Queen e1 is also interesting. Ooh. King h7. g6. Doesn't look good. A must try. Was there another move that could do the same thing? He saw it. A little bit of activity, a microscopic glimmer of hope as Drelkor sinks into the mires of the complications. That's a bummer. Just keep wearing him thin, that's all. That's all you have to do. That's all you can do. Queen to d8. Might have gone with queen to d8. But can we get away with b5 for a waiting move? Is there something here? I'm only worried about knight e6. Knight e6 has come and gone. There's only one move left. Queen e1. Obviously. This is a move that he would see naturally. Oh, no, he can't play queen e1. Yuck. Yuck, rook f4 was too much. Yeah, it was a good game on Drelkor's part. The fork, the threat of mate, there was only one move. But in this position, there was only one move. Perhaps. This is the shot. And knight f5 is still pretty fatal. After queen e1, knight f5 is pretty fatal. Right? I'm fairly certain that knight e6 did us in as well, with the idea of knight g5, but he didn't see that move, thankfully. Queen d6 is met by rook takes f7 check. So knight e6.
SWE.
Said.
Rook takes f7
NF5
check.
was there all time.
Yeah, I know. I only talk about it here because it was staring him in the face. He should have found it. He has knight e6 and knight f5. But in this particular position, knight e6 is devastating because there's just nothing to be done to stop the mate on the next move. Or the loss of the queen, or all of the above. It's really crazy. Whew. But we have to play rook takes f7 first. We can't play knight to g5 because a king to g8. Then it's the same thing. Second verse, same as the first.
Said. THX for the all game.
No, thank you, Ron. Namaste, sir. I have to take care of a few things. But our time is running out. I could probably do a simul. I don't know if I can do a simul. It's crazy. So yeah, was there a better move in this position? Queen f8, then queen f8. Is he going to find this move? Literally, it's like so bad because rook takes f5 threatens the same exact thing that Ron was fearing most. Right? Or does queen takes f5 check have to happen first? Because after rook f5 you have queen d6 in this position. So perhaps it's not in this position. Maybe this is just a simple response in this case, because we don't have queen to g3 at all. Yuck. All right, let's do a quick peek.
Said. The last move was a little trick to try to gain time. The last move was a little trick to try to gain time.
Yeah. You only had 2 seconds on the clock. Unfortunately, he used 1 second and then had 3. Debating whether or not queen e1, queen takes h4 would have done it. You could have avoided the mate with queen e1, queen takes h4, queen takes h4, king d7, and then just tried to, or king to g8 and try to barnacle. Yeah, that all went downhill. In this position, I don't think this this Scotch game for black is very tenable, unfortunately. So this is an age-old trick, by the way, against knight on g to e7 to play e5. I thought it, oh no, it's knight to d2. And if the opponent does something strange, I'm trying to remember if they can do anything strange. Basically our threat is to play e5 in this position. I feel like there's something going on in this position that tries to play e5, and there is a fork going on. Is it after this move? I think that that bishop needs to be unprotected. Do you know the trap I'm talking about, Ron? There's some trick in this position with e5. If knight takes, then knight e4. So is it, let's just say black plays h6. Or better yet, castles. What could it be? Queen takes e5 doesn't work. Queen g6 doesn't work. And I think that knight takes e5 runs into knight e4, queen to b6. Knight takes, queen takes, and maybe knight e6, right? Is that it? Yeah, I think this is it. The queen cannot take.
Pegasus SWE.
Said. Thinking about h4 h6 bg5, but that s probably another trap.
Yeah, no, this is a well-known one. I think it's in Buddy Bruce's book. If queen takes e5, then knight on 2 to f3 or knight c4. Wait, this is all good for black. Maybe I'm completely mistaken. So if black plays d6, nope. I feel like there's something funny going on here. This is all relatively good for white, so I'm just wrong. So this move, moving the same piece twice in the opening, cannot stand. It just cannot stand. That move was played in the game, but I just think that it's fishy. We have to finish our opening development. We just have to finish the opening development, sir. Moving the same piece twice in the opening. Asking a little bit too much. I know it's played, I know it's equal, but still. Now we don't have e5 under control, so a6 was the dubious move. We have to have d6 in it at the very least. Nope. This is also good for white. That's rather tragic. Castles is the only move. And after f4,
Pegasus SWE.
Said, I probably have a move. I was thinking of qg6 to threaten on e4, but I think white can move it. I probably have a move. I was thinking of qg6 to threaten on e4, but I think white can move his b on f1 anyway.
Yeah, he can. I used to look at that line. I like the queen to g6 line a lot. To clear the square for this this knight. I'm a big fan of queen to g6. It's just equal. Can white move the bishop? I don't see any bishop moves here. He can try to trap your queen with bishop e2. He can play bishop e2. Knight to d2 is equal. Yada yada yada. So knight on g to e7. What is the story here? This was played. Still also like d6. Can we play d5? Can we go that far? Nah, can't go that far. So yeah, just castles, as was played. Oh no, knight e5 was played. Knight e5 just seems like a huge loss of time. The bishop moves back, the pawn goes to f4, and white gains space. But let's just see what it claims. It says 0-0, right? And I think that maybe we can give this move the exclamation mark. What do you think? This is more like it. And now you have a square for your knight. I just prefer to do this while castled. Bishop to b6 is a little bit of a dubious. I agree that you do have to worry about the bishop against any discoveries, such as if you castle. Maybe knight e6 gets the bishop pair, right? But you have the in-between move, bishop takes e3, threatening queen takes f2 check. So on castling, would it still be f4? Where does your knight need to go? Doesn't look as good, right? Does not look as good.
Pegasus SW.
Said, bb6 not good.
Yeah. Just a waste of time in the opening. You move the same piece twice too many times. And now you're a little bit on the back foot. Not too badly, but it believes you're actually better, sir. It believes that black is actually better. Queen to d2. And if you castle here, you're okay. Is that so? F5, Queen H4 check, Queen E4, Bishop F3. Pawn's hanging. Thank you very much. Yep, thank you very much. So you did have this move. This is rather crazy. I'm researching this line for myself, Ron. I like this line too. So maybe Bishop B6 is part of a devious plot to create more counterplay. Can we have this whole variation in the same vein after castling? So we could be castled. F4, knight on b to c6, F4, queen h6, queen d2. And if F5, I need a good useful move here though, because we're behind by a tempo. In this position, bishop to b6, right? Or we can just start chipping away at the center. And we're back in action. We're back in action. With all the pressure in the world on this pawn, on this, that, and the other thing. So knight takes c6, bishop takes f2, check. King takes, queen takes f5, check. King moves, knight takes c6. So yeah, that looks good for black too. 161 other players still? Oh no, don't tell me we're caught in this variation. Lichess Tools, really looking good here. I believe that this was your last chance to keep the gang back all together with queen to b6 check. That pawn is a problem. Can you go this way, this way? No. It doesn't work, we get an isolated pawn. So, oh, the engine thought that rook to b2 was, rook to f2 was the right move. Fair enough. Knight f5, d5, or just plain d6. And is it good enough? This pawn is hanging, so it is good enough. Can't capture because of capturing, maybe. So it all looks like it's held together by a stick of butter. A very strong stick of butter is holding this entire position together. Today is Monday. I do have a lesson starting shortly. So therefore, I appreciate everyone who's here, who's shown up. A very strong stick of butter. This also includes those viewers on Kick. Really, we have several viewers. We have 6 viewers elsewhere. Unbelievable. All of our viewers are elsewhere.
Said, maybe we should have a themed opening.
The only thing that I don't like about that is that the PGN is messed up when it goes into chess base. I like to have the stats that way, and perhaps I could drag and drop the games into an already pre-programmed thing, but it just gets awkward trying to put that in there. If chess base, let's just say when you start with a themed opening, everybody, the PGN starts with black to move after knight takes c4, for example.
Said, it's easy, John.
It is. I will take it. You and I are going to work on it together. Bella, namaste.
Yes.
Thank you for the follow. I hope you're chiming in. I hope you're joining the dojo.
Said, copy and replace all.
I somewhat tried that, but for whatever reason it didn't quite work. The PGN file still was messed up. You have to change the number of ply at the end.
Following.
You actually have to change the number of ply at the end. I have tried that. We run organized tournaments daily. This week, the tournaments are going to be in the afternoon. Tomorrow is at 2:20 instead of 3:20 in the afternoon because I need to get to billiards. But I also might be going to Canada. I hope I'm going to Canada. I'm making my plans to go to Canada as fast as humanly possible. I'm happy that the student arrived safely and everything should be good. I will arrive halfway into the event, see what's going on. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. We have to choose is it I found a chess streamer, more than one chess streamer. One that I haven't rated in a while, who has very few viewers. Oh, why is she so low? That's so strange. But anyway, let's raid someone who I don't see doing chess too often. Namaste, everyone. Let's roll the ending credits for all of those follows. Congrats to, I don't know who finished in second place. There it goes, Rogozenco event. Bella. Have a super great day, everybody. Cheers and ciao. Thank you so much for the follow. Please join the socials, the YouTube, Kick if you're there.